Come friendly bombs and fall on Slough. It isn't fit for humans now. There isn't grass to graze a cow. Swarm over. Death. Welcome to Slough, and to the sixth episode of my series, The Death of the High Street. Can't really remember how many I've done. But yeah, we're finally in the south. I'm fed up of people saying, oh, look how bad those northern towns are. I know this isn't just a northern problem. So we're down in Slough first, checking out the high street. So that poem you heard at the start, entitled Slough, was written in 1937 by John Betjeman, and he wrote it as a response to the changing appearance of Slough due to industrialisation. So I wonder today, in 2023, 86 years later after he wrote that poem, what impression I'll get of the appearance of the high street today as we walk around. So let's go do it. I think it's going to be interesting. Now, John Betjeman, who wrote that poem, he actually later regretted it. He regretted the harshness of it, but he said it wasn't just about Slough in general. It was about the desecration caused by modernity and industrialisation all over. And much like this series, The Death of the High Street, I'm never just picking one place and saying, oh, this is a unique example. I'm going all over and showing you how this is such a universal problem, the death of the high street. I don't think any area is safe from the decline of the high street, even the capital, London, which we will be going to at some point. Yeah, so this road I've walked down here, it's pretty much entirely takeaways, bookies, cash converters. There's so many different food shops on there. It's crazy the amount on there. They'll probably all open later on. And I was just about to say, I'm sure I'll come across a load of the usual suspects as I head into the more pedestrianised bit. But look at this, the first one. See all that in there, all the shelves still there. So yeah, Wilko's shutting down just over there. That's a really, really interesting one because I started this series, I think in May, Death of the High Street series, and that has closed down since I started this series. So a victim during my observations of the high street declining, and we've lost a huge one in the process. Crazy. Some sort of old technology shop that's gone. Another empty unit here. And another massive building there, which has got lots of COVID instructions on what to do. Yeah, so we've only been on the high street, this main pedestrian strip. I think it's about 3/4 of a mile long, and already loads of victims. Now there is a big shopping centre there as well, which we'll go in, but let's just explore a bit of the high street first and see what else we find. Who's Cliff? Immortalised by David Brent in the greatest comedy ever written, The Office. Slough was the dreary backdrop for the mundane lives of those working at Wernham Hogg, the paper industry. And that's how I came about Slough, that's how I know Slough. I've never been here before, but I've got that sort of image presented from The Office, which isn't good. You should never think of a place or judge a place just by one thing. But when I lived in London as well, briefly, I remember Slough was just sort of outside a little bit, it was nearby, but I always imagined it just a lot of warehouses, trading estates. It's got the famous trading estate that we'll go check out. It's funny, isn't it? You can just have a place in your mind and an image so firmly set in your mind, and it's all from a TV show. Quick question for you, let me know. UK office or American office? There is a correct answer. We all know which one it is. And the second big victim, Debenhams, gone. And look how big Debenhams was. All the way. Starting back there, all the way down here. Yeah, so just there, the massive Debenhams that's gone. Let's find out when that closed down in Slough. Yeah, so Debenhams closed on the 15th of January 2020 in Slough. Wow. So what's that, 3 years, nearly 4 years ago. But it's got this on here, look at this. Do you know Slough? William Herschel, astronomer, I knew about him. Yeah, discovered Uranus. I've heard about that. Jerry Anderson, creator of Thunderbirds. Horlicks, didn't know Horlicks was made here. Very interesting. Okay, so that's cool. It's got like a history of Slough going all the way down the old Debenhams, but it's actually giving away all of the stuff that I've prepared for this video, so I'm not gonna take you down any more of it. I did read that a lot of this place, this big shopping centre, has been closed down. Now, entrance is the other way, so we can still get in. Look at this here. A Greggs is closed down. You don't normally see Greggs closing down. Then on this bit we got slots. Place to go play your slots, cash generator just there, a bank, go get your money out, pop it back in the slots, Paddy Power, Ladbrokes, and a charity shop in the middle of them all. And another cash broker's there. Your friend with some cash. So I don't think Slough's famous for its mill chimneys, which we know I love, but it does have an interesting industrial history in brick making. So in the 15th century, Henry VI ordered Slough to start making bricks to build Eton College, which is just nearby, and surrounding accommodation. But yeah, it's Slough's positioning. So you've got Windsor nearby, where all the royals hang out, Eton, which I just spoke about, and how they use Slough to make all the bricks to build that. But yeah, this area, Slough, once known as Slough, S-L-O, will have just been a collection of hamlets that people will have passed through as they were travelling from London to the next great city, Bath. But in the 17th century, I love this, there was a coach set up that went from London to Bath through Slough, and it was known as the Flying Machine, because from London to Bath, it took 3 days. I love that. Right, let's go and try and get in the big shopping centre, see what that's like inside there. Here we've got some luxury flats being built. Let's see how they're getting on. I love looking behind these fences. I find them in every town I go to. It's like peeking behind the curtain of progress and seeing that there's nothing going on. Right, here we go in the shopping centre, and look at this. All of them shut. On the other side as well. With food places outside, when the shutters are down, I think, oh, maybe they are opening, but when it's inside, midday, you just think, oh, I'm not sure. Another one there, shut down. Nice building on. Closing down sale there as well. Ping pong parlour. That's the most depressing parlour I've ever seen. Looking shoe time. I like it. It's not good when good karma's closed down. I just got booted out. Got kicked out of the Observatory shopping centre. The guy said I'm not allowed to film in there. I said I'm making a series about the death of the high street and looking at
what retail units are left, and he said this isn't the high street street's outside. I was like, no, I'm talking more in general. He didn't get it, but yeah, fair enough, we've been booted out. The Wandering Turnip, his first eviction. But yeah, not good in there. So many empty units, so many vacant lots in there. And I guess that's what they're doing, closing down that bit I tried to get in before, just moving everyone closer and closer together. But how many times can you do that? Just move everybody down until you just have a giant empty shopping centre, because it is massive and it's already pretty much mostly empty.
It's a very strong place that protects the people in it from their enemies.
He's going for it, isn't he? So I've just come down to this pub, the Herschel Arms, and I think it's closed. Let me have a look online. Oh, is it a lost pub? They are everywhere. Yeah, unfortunately, the Herschel Arms is closed. It says here that the first pint was poured in 1860 on Thursday, August the 31st. And it closed. When did it close? And yeah, I think it closed literally just a couple of months ago in 2023. The Herschel Arms pub. Ah, such a shame. What does it say up there? Everyone who visits this place brings happiness. Some by coming in, some by going out. I love that. Alpha Corner and Beta House. Why are they always called Alpha Corner? Coming soon. It really is a depressing high street. So depressing. There's barely anything open. What is open, why would it bring you to the high street? It's also right by all these noisy roads, all these busy roads that just surround it, so it just feels noisy wherever you are. Wow, but there's a lot more I want to explore in Slough. So this place here is called The Curve, so have a look around this museum. It's got one of the biggest Tescos apparently in the world. I think it was the biggest at one stage, so I want to show you that as well. We covered supermarkets in another... Is that a chimney? You kidding me, there's a chimney. Look at this. Can you see that? My eyes aren't lying me. That is a mill chimney. Okay, Slough, you just got a little bit better. You just went a little bit up in my estimations. That over there is a mill chimney. So, as well as all that stuff that I've just been saying to you, we can go explore a mill chimney in Slough. Damn, very cool. Oh, I'm buzzing now. I did not expect to find one of them down here. But look at this, look at the juxtaposition here. So what you got here, you got this big office block here, right next to this stunning old stone church, real beautiful, next to this big thing called The Curve. Look at it, The Curve. So inside is a library, but there's these little pods that are full of interesting history about Slough. So this one's about William Herschel, the astronomer who found Uranus, and that was his house there in Slough, but they've knocked it down to build offices. So we can't go visit that today, unfortunately, and this was his telescope. There was also this interesting bit about the famous Slough trading estate and all the big brands that have come from there, so we'll visit that place later. Another bit here about the railway, talking about when that arrived in 1838 and it accelerated the town's growth. And a picture here of some fellas with much better facial hair than me. And also some more history on the brickworks, the brick industry here. And I thought it finished earlier on, but it went on to fuel the growth of London, and a lot of London was built with bricks from Slough. Really, really interesting. So that was cool in there, inside The Curve, which is the library. They've kind of got little box rooms where they have loads of information about the history of Slough. So hopefully I'll have put a voiceover on what I was looking at in there, because I was getting told to shh by talking. So that's fair enough, it's a library. But we've been kicked out of one place, we've been told to shh. Who knows what else will happen today in Slough. That is lovely. Little house next to the lovely church. Very nice. Look what we've got here. This isn't an office space. It's the office space. This is the best office space you're gonna get. Let's have a look, see how it's getting on. Think different, work different. Catchy slogans. You've just found your happy place. What a load of twaddle. And what is this over here? Look at this. What on earth is that? It looks like it's had a fire, whatever it is. Jesus. Whoa. All smashed up in there. It's a bus station. Someone from Slough, let me know. That's the bus station, right? Must be. And here we go, we've arrived. One of the world's biggest Tescos. Look at the size of this thing. Yeah, fair. I was expecting it to be big because it said, oh, it's one of the world's largest Tesco's, but I was not expecting it to be this big. It is absolutely massive. Wow. I know I covered supermarkets in the first episode of The Death of the High Street, but it's really interesting to come to this one of the biggest in the world. And I mean, it's just evident, isn't it? Whilst things like this exist, the town will look like that. The high street will look like what I've just been showing you. How do you even get in? So yeah, down here, your massive car park, your free parking, so you don't have to worry about that when you're going shopping. Brace yourself for the world's biggest Tesco. You see that down there? You had a Barber's, Yo Sushi, everything you need in here. You can come here, park downstairs for free, get your hair cut, get yourself some sushi, do your shopping, go home. You don't need to go to the high street when stuff like this exists. What you got here? Yeah, you got your mobile shop, you can get your mobile phone. Ooh, more stuff down here. You can get your photos printed. You got your pharmacy. Got your opticians. They've got everything in here apart from the one thing I need, a power bank. You haven't been able to deliver, giant Tesco. You got all your clothes, your school uniform stuff for your kids. Beauty World, what's down there? Tech Lab. You got your cafe on the end. Nice big cafe. Damn it, they had one. There was a repair tech shop in the giant supermarket and I got a power bank. Everything. High streets can't survive, can they, with these? What's this down here? The House of Shat. Asian street food. So yeah, inside what is one of the biggest killers of the high street there. The giant superstore with parking and everything you need. So alongside that, internet, giant superstores. What else we got? Business rates. Business rates going up. I have got an episode coming out soon about business rates, so that'll be really interesting.
I trim hair. I got my own barber shop back at Slough train station.
Oh really? Are you busy?
Yeah, I'm busy. Man.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good to see business
so
system.
whereabouts are you from?
I'm from Yorkshire, but it's the same up north as well, man. Like everything's boarded up there as well, but like it's just interesting. This is the first one down south I've come to.
Is it?
So, yeah.
What do you think of this so far?
I mean, it is pretty bleak. Like it's just like a lot of boarded up stuff, a lot of shut down stuff. But
it was lively once upon a time. In the summertime, you tend to see a bit more livelihood.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
these hours of the day.
Are there any like parks nearby, or any greenery, or is it all just?
Ooh, greenery. There are a few parks that way.
Yeah.
However, it's not the best. You're not gonna get any better than that, mate.
Yeah. Peace, man. Nice one. Thank you, mate. Yeah, take it easy. Bye. And look at this. About a 5-minute walk from that giant Tesco. Look what we got. Yeah, we've got a giant Sainsbury's with an Argos and a Habitat and a 2, whatever that is. Never heard of 2 before. Or 2. But yeah, look at that. Massive. They are legitimately 2 of the biggest superstores I have ever seen in my life. And they are about, 5 minutes apart. And from the high street, maybe 3 minutes, both of them. So yeah, no wonder that high street's not doing great. I mean, we all know about the superstores and the supermarkets' damage to the high streets, but never have I seen 2 so close to the main pedestrianised bit. That is crazy. And here as well, another shut down pub, the 3 Tons. Let's have a little wander around, The old 3 tons. I wonder when this one shut down. It said June 17th, 2023. This one shut down. Mad. See if we can see over. Oh. Yeah, so that's two pubs we've seen gone in Slough. If you know any of these pubs, that Herschel one, or remember them, or the 3 tons, let me know. Let me know what your memories of these were.
We just smashed the windows.
Yeah, yeah. Where did you drink? Is there any other good pubs around here still open?
No.
No?
There's only about 4 or 5 pubs in Slough when you wouldn't put any.
Oh, really?
Went to the office and get a few beers, take them home.
Yeah, yeah, that's what everyone seems to be doing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Nice one, pal. Yeah. Right. So, welcome to Slough Trading Estate. So, yeah, Slough Trading Estate here, which it's about a few miles from the centre of Slough, but really it completely surrounds Slough in this area. It is just miles upon miles of warehouses, factories, industry. Can you hear that? The noise of industry surrounding me. It's very annoying for filming. You won't be able to hear me. And look at this, right? I'm no chimney snob, but I do not like this chimney. Yeah, I mean, it is massive. Like, right at the bottom of it, I'll be able to touch it, I think. Yeah, look here. But it's just concrete. It's just one big slab of concrete. Yeah, it doesn't do out for me, that chimney. I like them when they're built brick by brick. The Victorian chimneys. Giant cooling towers in the background as well. God damn it, industry is so noisy. Who knew? So yeah, this trading estate came about from, well, in the First World War, this land was bought by the government for an army base. And then after the war, that land was sold on for businesses to start building factories. And it just turned into that. It literally is just factories everywhere. But all this new industry that was here in Slough brought a lot of migration because there was a lot of jobs. So that first wave of migration came from the Welsh, actually. Now they started moving over in the 30s because of the work that was here. And I assume, I'm not sure, but I assume that was because a lot of the mines were closing down in Wales. And so abundance of work here down in Slough, people started coming over. And then in the 1950s, when we had the first kind of big wave of foreign migration from places like Poland, Ukraine, the West Indies, India, Pakistan, all these countries, a load of people came here to Slough as well, I guess, because there was a lot of work. It's near to London as well, let's face it. That is an attractive place to be for a lot of people, not me myself, but a lot of people like being near London. Yeah, this trading estate, Slough's trading estate, the giant punch of industry that's here. And it really did have some incredible products coming from it. So you had Mars bar, that was invented here in Slough, and I'm sure one of the factories around here is the Mars bar one. I was hoping they did tours, but I looked online and it said they didn't. But you had, what else? The wheelie bin. The wheelie bin was invented here. Thunderbirds, the TV show Thunderbirds was made in one of these warehouses around here and filmed there. The zebra crossing as well, the zebra crossing. So I'm sure there's a warehouse here which is just full of black and white paint. And snooker as well. Snooker was invented in Slough, but that's more an idea than an actual product. But you never know, maybe the tables were sold here, maybe the tables were made and sold in Slough. Very interesting. But yeah, so much interesting stuff has come from Slough. So many things that are just set in your mind, like snooker or the Mars bar, they're just there, aren't they? And you just don't ever kind of trace them back to their origin point, but they came from Slough. So very, very interesting. It is really bleak in Slough. There's not really any other way to put it. Like, I try and be positive about every area I go to. I really do. I try and find things. But, well, for one, I've struggled speaking to people. Everyone said, I don't want to be on camera. I'm happy to chat off camera. And then off camera, they've just said, yeah, Slough's shit. I don't think anyone has been positive about the place at all. From shops I've gone into, from people I'm chatting to, nobody has been positive about it. There is a big regeneration plan. I hear a lot about them apparently coming, and they're going to turn a lot of that empty shopping unit space into housing apparently, but who knows. But yeah, this has been so strange. And I said at the start, it's not just the north that's got struggling high streets, it's got to be the same down south, and I was right. So it's saying Horlicks on the side of this big building. So I guess this used to be the Horlicks mill. Where's this chimney though? I've seen you. You're somewhere around here. But yeah, now all of these turn into apartments. Big fancy apartments. Yeah, look at this. Horlicks factory, main entrance. So your man down there, builder, just said, you can see it, you can't get up to it, but it's somewhere around here. Oh, there it is, look at this. Damn. So there it is. The big chimney, and this must have been the Horlicks mill that it was attached to. It's got a fancy top, this one, real fancy. Let me get some information up about the Horlicks mill. So yeah, it says here, it opened in 1908, the Horlicks factory, with its clock tower, that must be that thing there, and its 47-metre chimney has dominated the Slough skyline, and it's the town's most recognised and loved landmark. Yeah, good on you. That's a nice way to finish this video on a positive note. I love a good chimney, and I love a mill, and I like that that's also the town's most recognised and loved landmark. That's really nice.
So a final few words about Slough. It has been really interesting to come down south and see the shape of the high streets down here. It's the same as the north. And also Slough, being this close to London, that does not mean that it'll save your high street. And when I flew my drone up, I saw all these trees and open spaces, and I just did not feel like they were around me when I was walking around. So maybe it's just that high street area that is suffering down here, that isn't a bad way. And it really is in a bad way. Like I say, is this place even worth fixing? That shopping centre I went into, the one with all the empty units, this is planned to be turned into housing, and right around the high street as well. So many new housing developments. Is that the way it's going? Just turn it into housing? Because really, who's going to come along and take on that old Debenhams store that's about 70 metres long? Now, this is a bit of a rogue way to explain it, but that red line is the high street. This is Slough from above. Yeah, that red line is the high street, and this here is the Tescos store. Now, I've cut it out. This is all to scale. Just look how close it is to the high street, and look how big it is. It is bigger than that shopping centre. Look how much it takes up. And that over there, this is the Sainsbury's. So when I pull these two together, you realise just the scale of the size of them, and how much they are literally taking over the high street. That is just so clear of how much of a problem putting two giant superstores next to a high street really is. And it was cool to finish on a positive note by seeing the Horlicks factory with the giant mill chimney that's still standing, and seeing that they're celebrating that history. They're not getting rid of it. They've regenerated the area, but they've kept this history there. It won't save your high street, but it is important to keep stuff like this.